What is the Advanced Daily Christian Advocate, and how do I navigate its pages? Great question. In this video, I explain how to use the ADCA in preparing for the United Methodist General Conference and summarize key areas of its contents. ADCA stands for the Advanced Edition of the Daily Christian Advocate. The Daily Christian Advocate is the material published daily at General Conference, and the Advanced Edition is published at least 90 days before General Conference. The ADCA is best known for containing the legislation for General Conference, but it also contains a handbook for delegates and reports from United Methodist agencies and task forces. The ADCA is made available for free as electronic PDF files. Full delegates and First Reserve delegates also receive a complimentary print copy of the ADCA. Others may purchase print copies through Cokesbury in the 4 official printed languages of General Conference: English, French, Kiswahili, and Portuguese. The ADCA has 3 volumes. The first volume is also called the Handbook for Delegates. It contains useful reference information. The schedule shows start and end times for each session, whether each session is for legislative committees or plenary, and reserved times for regular reports and special presentations. Maps of the meeting spaces and surrounding neighborhood orient readers to the area. A map of the plenary hall seating, along with a list of seating assignments for delegations, shows delegates where they will sit. And if you need to contact another delegate but don't have their phone number or email address, you can send a note to the delegate addressed with their name and assigned seat location. The plan of organization lays out many of the processes of General Conference, such as elections and how to distribute materials. It also outlines the responsibilities and makeup of the administrative committees, legislative committees, and other bodies at General Conference. The Rules of Order specify how General Conference sessions are run. They list rules of parliamentary procedure that are specific to General Conference. Familiarizing yourself with the Rules of Order can help you navigate the action at General Conference. The Plan of Organization and Rules of Order are one of my go-to reference sections, both as a delegate and for making these videos. I should also note that the ADCA contains the proposed Plan of Organization and Rules of Order to be adopted by delegates at the opening plenary. Until the new version is adopted, the Plan of Organization and Rules of Order confirmed at the last General Conference are in effect. Delegates to General Conference are listed in the ADCA in 3 formats. The alphabetical list sorts delegates by name and identifies the delegate's conference and legislative committee. The next listing is by annual conference delegation. It includes the order of election within each delegation, as well as naming the reserve delegates on most delegations. The third listing identifies the people in each legislative committee. Delegates can see who else is in their committee and consider who among them might serve in committee leadership, or reach out to fellow committee members before General Conference to compare notes on the assigned legislation. Volume 2 is much larger, so it comes in 2 sections. It contains the legislation submitted to General Conference before the printing deadline, organized by which legislative committee will receive it. Volume 2 also contains reports submitted by official boards and committees of the United Methodist Church. Each report is grouped under the legislative committee that handles related legislation. Volume 3 is the quadrennial report from the General Council on Finance and Administration. It used to be printed and shipped with the first 2 volumes, but for 2020 it will be online only and available by the beginning of General Conference. I have a tip for getting the best use from the ADCA. Mark it up and bookmark it. Whatever makes the ADCA easier for you to use. In the print edition, use paper clips, sticky tabs, pens, and highlighters. In the PDF version, use the marking tools in your device's PDF reader or find an app. I like to bookmark sections of the Handbook for Delegates and the pages containing legislation for my legislative committee so that I can quickly flip to them. And during my legislative committee sessions, I mark each amendment and vote count right on the legislation. As a delegate, the hundreds of pages in the ADCA can look daunting. In my experience, though, you don't have to read every word. You don't even need to skim every piece of legislation. A relatively small number of petitions make it out of legislative committees to come to plenary for debate. Legislative committees put many petitions on a consent calendar for adoption with no discussion in plenary. They also reject many petitions. So carefully study the legislation coming to your committee. Then decide how you want to get highlights of the legislation in other committees so that you are prepared for the items most likely to be debated in plenary. Perhaps each delegate from your annual conference will share a summary of the legislation in their committee, or your delegation may invite speakers from general boards or other constituencies to present their legislation. General boards also have information on their websites, and official United Methodist channels may summarize the hot topics coming to General Conference. I hope this overview helps you feel more confident in using the ADCA as a resource and a reference tool for General Conference. If you have questions or other topics you'd like explained, leave a comment below. You can also subscribe so that you get notices about my future videos. Thanks for watching.